All right, Shalom, Maki. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all true faith and sincerity. And y'all, today, I just want to title this lesson, We Have Found the Murderer, man. We have found the murderer, which is Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man, the so-called modern day white man, man. He is the murderer from the beginning. And matter of fact, let me start off with this scripture right here. Because Esau Edom, he put a veil over the nations, trying to hide his identity. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, he is revealed, man. So let's start off. This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? See, it said the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. How do we know that the wicked is in rulership? Because of what the condition of the earth is in, man. The condition of the people and their mindset. The whole earth is covered in darkness, man. Wickedness, man. It says he covered the face of the judge thereof. You see, these devils have it's a thing called iconoclasm. We made our Lord a damn Edomite, the angels looking like Edomites, the prophets looking like Edomites, man. Who else? And they say the Lord could be an olive color. What the hell is an olive color, man? That's green, man. You know, ain't no Moabite depiction of the Lord. No Elamite. That's an Edomite. So that's totally against the scriptures, man. They said, if not, where and who is he? If it's not the so-called white man, where and who is he, man? And you go into that word where, it means in what position or condition, So this at the end, the Esau Edom's supposed to be ruling, man. Before the Lord returns, the Edomites are supposed to be in rulership, So if it's not the so-called white man, where and who is the wicked? Because it can't be the Arabs, some guy with some sandals with a chopper, man. It can't be Elon. Yeah, I mean, it got to go back to the so-called white man, the Edomites, which are the murderers, man. So let's get this in Genesis, the fourth chapter. You know, because hey, you gotta understand this is where these Edomites got their mark from. That's how we know that was a indicator. It color. Because the Lord he the Lord set stumbling blocks before people, and we know that our Israel is going to come out of every nation. That great multitude from every nation. But that indicator, who that murderer is the Lord taking away his pigment, man. So if your line go back to Esau Edom, hey, I don't know what to say about you, man. You better just hope that you are no one else but a Edomite. You Edomite, that's it, man. But this is Genesis chapter 4, and I start at verse 8. It says, and Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. See, he stole, called, murdered him, man. Pretty much. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? He said, I know not, and I my brother's keeper. And that's the mindset of these devils, man. They never did give a damn about us. Even from the beginning, it's Cain and Abel, man. That's that perpetual hatred. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. See? Because the planet earth hate Esau Edom, man. That's why you see all this everything so-called white man do is on the left hand side. You know, this technology is on the left hand side. You see the planet Earth look like it's on a damn it's on life support. You got all these different wires and cables. You got these telephone poles. It looked like it's on life support with all these damn like I said, these light poles and all types of madness to keep this place going, man. You know, it says, when thou tillest the ground, it should not henceforth year unto thee her strength. See? And that's why we got GMOs today. See, if it wasn't the so-called white man being the wicked, who else would it be? Hey, back King Darius, we didn't have no GMOs. You know, the Persian and the Medes, the Babylonians, it wasn't no GMOs, man. Now we are in a time where it's GMOs, where so-called white man put on the food label 100% juice, organic this, organic that, no steroids. What's the point of that, man? Why you had to tell me that it shouldn't be like that, man? You know, it says a fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. So, I got the word fugitive in the regular simple dictionary, Google dictionary, and the word fugitive, a person who is flee from persecution in intolerable circumstances, a runaway. See, now let's see what that word intolerable. Let's just see what that says. Is something, if something is impossible to put up with. See, because these Edomites, man, you don't want to be an Edomite, man. That's why you read. Matter of fact, I read the 13th verse. It said, and Cain said unto the Lord, how my punishment is greater than I can bear. See, that's why he's a fugitive, because now he's marked. Because now it says you know, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Now, hey, his blood has to be cleansed. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that before I really dive into it. This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And that's why Abel's blood was crying unto to the Lord, man. Abel was crying to the Lord for justice, man. You know, and now this fugitive and a vagabond, he was hid for so long. Now he's been revealed, man. You know, matter of fact, I'm gonna start verse 14. It says, behold, thou hast driven me out of this day from the face of the earth. From thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that found me shall slay me. So this devil, the Edomites, because that's when they came back as Esau Edom. You know, that's when that mark was put upon them, man. You know, that when that mark was put upon him, man. You know, and he hid himself. Now he started to call himself Romans and Greeks, all the way up to this point to Russians and Germans and Americans. But guess what? He's been found now, man. He's been found. So let's get this in 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. See, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. It said that wicked. So it's a specific wicked, man. You know, it said that wicked. So hey, when you say that right there, you point somebody out, man. And guess who we point out? The Edomites. They are being revealed now, man. You know, we found the murderer. And that's the point of Obadiah. Now the book of Obadiah is in play now, man. Now we're able to read the book of Obadiah and understand what it means. You know, we understand who that book is talking about, man. You know, It said, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. He consumed the spirit of his mouth, because now the prophets are out and revealing it. Because this is the end all be all for the heathen now, man. The Lord brought all his prophets out, because this is it, man. This is the last rulership for all the heathen, man, to the kingdom of heaven, man. So this devil is being exposed. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's see if I can type it up. Let's see if I can type it up. I think it's in Luke. Yeah, this is Luke chapter 8 and 17. It says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. See, because he hid himself, man. See, these devils, they know they are the Edomites, the true, the real rulers of this world. They know they are the Edomites, man. They know that, so they put their time and money into hiding that fact. Matter of fact, let's see. But the Lord, he have let's see if I can find that scripture real quick. This is Isaiah 25 and 7. And he would destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all the people, and the veil that is spread over all the nations. See? Because that's what this devil have done. He would put time and money, through their so-called science. They they try to recategorize everyone, man. Now you got the Chinese, you got the Japanese, you got the Indians, the East Indians, you got all these other nations under a different name, but the Lord has destroyed all that. Now we seeing who the people their biblical nationality, man. Now we know who Moab and Ammon is. Now we know who Elam is. Guess what? Hey, we know who Israel. We found out that we have woken up to our nationality. So guess what? Everything now, we got to see who Esau Edom is, man. And that's the so-called white man, the murderer, man. Cause that's his blessing. That's his blessing, man. Matter of fact, this is John 8 and 44. It says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. And guess who? And guess who the Lord was? He was talking to Jake, but who their father? The Romans, man, which are the Edomites, the so-called white people, man. It says he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. See, he was a murderer from the beginning. Who was the first murderer ever recorded? Pretty much, who was the first murderer? Cain, man. But when he came back and that mark was put upon him, that was the indicator to let you know who that murderer was, and that's Esau, Edom, man. And if you can't get that you can't wrap that around your mind that Esau, Edom is a so-called white man. Well, guess what? You're gonna go down with him, man. It said he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and a father of it, and the father of it. See, because even when he was the serpent in the garden, and you gotta understand that wasn't a literal snake, man. You gotta understand, hey, the Lord is a Jake. He is the ultimate Jake. That was lingo, because nowadays when you call somebody a snitch, these days, what you call them? A rat. When somebody is slick and conniving, what you call them? A snake. So that's the characteristics of an Edomite, man. He is a serpent. That's why it says no one will pity a charmer if he was bitten with a serpent, man. Because if you dealing with this devil, best believe you're gonna get bit, man. And that's why we still far away from him. And we just tell the Lord on them, man. Pretty much, hey, I'm gonna tell the Lord you did this, and that's what we doing. That's why we're out here now, cause we revealing this devil, man. Matter of fact, let's see. This is Second Ezra. Let's see. Bear with me. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Yeah, this is Second Ezra, chapter 6, and verse and 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched." See, because once this devil, matter of fact, let's get this in Revelations. I think the 20th chapter, I believe. Yeah, this is Revelations chapter 20, and in verse 7, it says, "And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison." And who is that? The Edomites. You know, that's when that after those 1,000 years, that's the beginning of the Renaissance, man. That's when they call it the rebirth for a reason, because they fell into power, they fell out of power, and they came back into power. They were rebirthed, man. You know, it said, "And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea." But it says, "It shall go out to deceive the nations, man." And that's what they did. Now you got Chinese people calling themselves Chinese. You know what I mean? You got Elamites calling themselves Indians. You know, all that, man. Even Jake, you got Jake calling themselves Mexicans and African Americans. They have deceived the nations, but now guess what? That now is being that deceit is being quenched by this word, you know, which is living waters, man. You know, so now that now since this truth is out, you can't lie no more. You know, you got all these different checkpoints, you know, throughout the planet Earth. Now these devils can't run. They can't hide no more, man. They can't hide. So what they gotta do when a cat is backed up into a corner, what he gonna do, man? You know, that's why these devils is gonna get to a point where they're gonna shut the internet down and roll on us, man. You know? It's just like you know, you got a what do you call it, a snitch. We spiritual snitches. You got a snitch in court, and he got the info, man. Best believe, the guy who's being persecuted, he gonna call a hit on him, and that's what these devils about to do, man. But we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the Lord is gonna he's gonna deliver us from these things. But it says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared." See, because now we know that the Edomites, see, this devil, they fake their own death. Now they saying that the Edomites are done away with. You know, it said Obadiah 1:18 said, "It shall come to pass," man. Meaning that's a future prophecy. We know that's gonna be toward the end, man. You know, that's gonna be it for the Edomites. But we know now that the matter of fact, this Second Ezra 6. Let me get this. Let's jump up to Second Ezra 6, and I started on verse 7. It said, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting of the sunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?" See, because you gotta understand, Ezra asked a lot of questions, and he inquired about the end, man. And he wanted to know the measuring stick of what's gonna be the end of this word in the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. That's gonna be an everlasting kingdom, man. You know, that's gonna be an everlasting kingdom, man. But it says, "And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." And guess what? We know that Esau Edom is here today, man, because righteousness haven't been established upon the earth. This is the worst. This is the most wickedest time to ever be on the planet Earth, man. You know, this is the most wickedest time to be on the planet Earth, man. You know, So Esau is the end of the world. And then how we and guess what? The books are open now. We now we can go to the scriptures and pick and see what Obadiah 1:18 was talking about now, man. Cause certain things had to come to pass. You know, now we see Revelations 20. Like I just pull it out. What Genesis the fourth chapter. We see that, man. So we know we're in the end, and Esau is being revealed. That's when I just read in second Ezra on down in the 28th chapter. Now the truth shall be declared. It was one point that this truth was sealed, man. It was confined. These devils put time and money to hide this thing, but now is out here, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Shai. And Esau Edom is he's been revealed now, man. That light is shining, throughout the earth, man, throughout the world, and now you you know we see everything, man. We see through these devils. Matter of fact, let's get this. This is Matthew 13:16. It says, but blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. See, because you gotta have the eyesight for this, man. When the Lord, hey, you gotta understand your Yahweh Shai, man. When he said something, hey, he was talking to us in this time, man. Because the books were meant to be opened at this time. It says, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which you hear, and have not heard them. Yeah, because all the prophets desired the end, man, to see the end, man. All the prophets have desired to see the end. We know that we are in the end because Esau Edom is ruling. And we thought that he was just a so-called white man, that he was just an American and a German, a Russian, the Swedes, even Turkey. Them Muslim Edomites. But the point is, they're being revealed now, man. We know that's why we're comforted, because we know that this place don't got much longer. Now the murderer has been revealed, man. We have found the murderer, and that's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and the Lord is going to judge him, man. So yeah, I can just hold it with edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that sees we're in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, abide the ball.